Hey everyone, Stephanie Lucrezio going live, trying to go live on Facebook. Hold on a second, let's see if this works. You never know these days with what's going on, so let's check it out. An error occurred on Facebook. Interesting, very interesting. Okay, am I live on Facebook? Could someone tell me if I'm here? Because I don't know what's happening. Okay, just comment and let me know that you can see and hear me. Hi. Okay, good. So you guys can hear me, can see me. I'm here. I don't know what's happening on the back end, but I'm getting weird messages. Okay, in any case, I just wanted to come live to say Happy New Year. 2021 has been interesting so far, no question. I've been getting lots and lots of messages from people. And let's start by taking a big, deep breath in through the nose and then exhaling and letting it go, because I know this last 2 weeks has been really intense. It's been taking me, I've been wanting to come live and talk to you all. I just really needed to deal with my own feelings and emotions about everything. I didn't want to come to you live and be angry or frustrated or sad. Which just know that I went through the range of emotions in the last couple of days and weeks. And by no stretch of the imagination do I believe that there is not more to come. I think that there is a lot happening in the background. But I wanted to reach out to all of you because I know how heavy everything has been feeling, and I get the messages. I hear you, I see you, I feel you on so many levels. And I posted this morning about observing, not absorbing. And I want to talk to a little bit. I talked to it about my yoga class tonight. And I think it's really powerful to think about what we let into our energy fields. There is a lot happening on social media. There is a lot happening in the world at large right now. There are a lot of feelings. It is a very polarizing and separating time. People have very intense emotions one way or the other. Hello, hello. I'm so happy to see all of you. And I just want to say that, I think one of the things that really is wrong with the world right now is that conversations can't be had from a civil place, from a place of curiosity, from a place of critical thinking, from a place of really trying to understand where other people on different sides of this conversation are coming from. And I want to remind everybody that we're all human. We're all connected. Doesn't matter which political party you're with, what religion you are. Happy New Year, everybody. Doesn't matter who you voted for. At the end of the day, we are all human. And I think that one of the biggest things that has happened with COVID and all the things that have happened in this last year almost now is that humanity has been gone. Like it's evaporated. If anything, humanity has been the biggest casualty of COVID. The way that people are treating each other right now, the way that we're viewing events in this world, the anger, the frustration, the fighting, it's all not serving our higher purpose, because at the end of the day, it's us, the people, versus them, the government. And it doesn't matter which political party you are with. There are things wrong on both sides of the aisle. I'm the first one to say it. What's really, really upsetting to me is the fact that we're coming to a place where there's so much negative energy that we can't even talk anymore. So I want everybody to shift from this place of absorbing everything, allowing the news to upset you. There was literally a 4-day period, 5-day period where I did not sleep, and I started to feel like I was coming down with something, started to feel sick. Our energy matters, and it is contagious. I say that every time I teach a yoga class, and now more than ever, that holds true with everything that's going on in the world. So I want you all to think about what kind of energy you're putting out there into the world. And this is not a judgment of wrong or a bad. We all have bad days. We all have moments where we're not proud of how we behave, the things that we say, the things that we do. And it's okay. It's okay to have those moments. But what's not okay is knowing that you're having those moments and continuing down the same path. So we really need to shift from this place of just doing to really starting to take a step back and thinking about the words that come out of our mouth and how they're going to affect the people that we're talking to. Knowing that there are some people out there who are not ready to hear the things that you might have to say, and trying to ram it down someone's throat, judging, criticizing, name calling, all of the things that are happening are not helping. So Yes. So yes, I was going to say, Caitlin actually just led me down the path that I'm going. I'm going to be hosting a Zoom yoga / meditation. I will be posting it tomorrow. It will be a small drop-in fee that you guys can pay through Venmo or PayPal. I'll post the links for all of you. And we'll just come into a Zoom and we'll create community together. I'm also working on doing some stuff in person at locations that I will disclose as you register. I teach, obviously in the places that I teach, but outside of those places, I want to create community for us because I think now more than ever, we really need to connect with people that are like-minded, like-hearted, just to be able to feel okay, like a sense of normalcy because everything feels so abnormal. And I just want to speak to very quickly the censorship part of this because I know that there's a lot of discussions going on online right now. And I need to just say a few things about censorship. For people that are celebrating that Donald Trump's Twitter got taken down, that Parler was taken down, that Amazon refuses to have them on their server, that Google blocked them, that Apple is taking them off the App Store, I really want you to think about what you're celebrating. Because by celebrating the loss of someone's right to free speech, to express their opinions on a social platform. And for people that are saying we don't need social platforms, I hate to break it to people, but in 2021, social platforms kind of become the lifeblood of how we communicate. More often than not, we're having these conversations through social media and not really having these conversations in person. So the fact that big tech companies have become more powerful than we, the people, and the president of the United States, the sitting president of the United States, is concerning to me. And it may not be your message, your voice, your rhetoric that's being blocked or censored right now. But if we continue down this path, eventually it will be. This is not the country that we know. This is not the Constitution in action. This is the beginning of a communist state, communist nation, communist world that we know exists in faraway continents, but never in my lifetime did I imagine seeing the kinds of censorship that you're seeing right now. So I would ask all those people that are celebrating this Trump hatred that you have, this, what do they call it? Trump derangement syndrome. I really want you to take a step back and to think about the fact that people's profiles, the president, friends that I know, people who have followers, people who are spreading what they believe to be their truth. There are narratives on both sides that are missing context, that can be taken out of context, that not every single person is going to agree with. But the minute that big tech or the news or anybody decides what's acceptable conversations and what's not acceptable conversations, we are treading in very dangerous water. So I need for all of you to really understand the importance of free speech. Without it, we are subject to a fake news media narrative that just blows things completely out of proportion. One thing's acceptable, another thing's not acceptable. So you're forced to hear this just one side of things. And there's a lot out there that needs to be discussed. So you can look up child pornography. You can look up how to build a bomb. You can look up all these things. There are people in different countries, leaders of countries that are striving to harm people in America, building nuclear weapons, doing all these things that are allowed to have a voice. But someone from a conservative platform, someone like me, someone like Donald Trump, we have to worry about having our voices censored because it's not in line with what the mainstream narrative and thinking is. So I think that we really need to start looking at what we need to do. We should have been prepared for this moment. For anybody who's a freedom warrior, who's been battling for medical freedom, who's been doing this work, we need to be prepared. Because this platform that I'm speaking on right now, and honestly, my Facebook page from my business is not working. I still have an error message on my page. I don't know what that's about. YouTube had me censored for a while. I wasn't able to post content there. This is insanity. This needs to stop, and we need to really start to think about where we're spending our time scrolling, because it's becoming like an abusive relationship. We are giving our time, our energy, and our dollars to these big tech, corporate giants that are basically squashing us like little bugs, and we just keep coming back for more. So I'm not saying to abandon your current platforms. I am saying that we have an obligation to our movement, to our people, to start to take our messages to other places. And I think it's really important that we look at that right now, because at any moment in time, we can be in a situation where we're no longer in contact with one another. So if you're not on Telegram, if you're not on Signal, if you're not on Parler, I know right now it's down. If you're not on Gab and MeWe and all these places, I know that we haven't found our official homes yet, and that it doesn't feel as natural as posting on Facebook or Twitter may feel, but we need to get used to it. We need to start to set the tone. So if you're an influencer, if you have a following and you're telling people to get on these platforms, but you're not actively posting, and I'm guilty of doing this myself, I'm still trying to navigate through the multiple platforms that are out there. Haven't been able to set up a Gab profile because I guess it's been down for a few days. I am on Parler, and I'm going to post all of my handles for all of you. I'm also going to make sure, if you haven't already done so, make sure that you text the word revolution in the message body to the number 33777. That will automatically put you into my email list. You'll have to confirm that that's what you want to do, confirm your subscription. You'll get an email. Once you do that, you will be on my email list, so that if, God forbid, I'm thrown off of social media platforms tomorrow, I will have a means to reach out to you. But definitely find me on Parler, find me on MeWe. Rumble is supposed to be a good one for videos, as is BitChute. I'm trying to work my way through that and see if I can integrate it into the current platforms that I'm using, like the StreamYard that I'm on right now. But it is so important now more than ever that we stay connected. I'm working on, with another activist out in Washington, my friend Susie, we're going to be hosting these conversations and connections over Zoom, where we can talk about what's happening in the world. We can air out our stresses. We can talk about self-care. We can talk about how to have these conversations, basic overviews of, how you can get involved in these important conversations. And more importantly, giving action items that not only apply to your health, your well-being, your self-care, but how you can really be up to making a difference in this crazy world that we live in. And not only that, but I think being together over a Zoom and, hopefully leading up to some in-person events, which I'm working on, is something that's really going to help to keep the momentum going, to keep our morale up. Because I know for me, I feel like I've been punched in the stomach several times in the last couple of days. And the thoughts of what could potentially be taking place, the different scenarios of how this could all unfold and unravel, really does cause a lot of stress and uneasy feelings in the body. So we need to air out those grievances to one another and to really create strong community connections and to build out our movement, because we are growing. What is happening with this whole Trump thing and everything that's happening, our medical freedom movement, which is my roots, this is where I come from. People that come at me and say that I am like, this hardcore Trump loving person. I voted for Trump for one reason and one reason only, and that was because I knew that he was a stance for medical freedom. And there are a lot of people out there that are just like me. I don't have to agree with everything that he says. I don't have to like everything that he says. I don't have to live with him. I don't have to sleep with him. I just voted for him because I feel more in line with his ways of doing things and his belief system than I do with any of the other candidates that have gone up against him. And that does not make me racist. That does not make me a misogynist. That does not make me a homophobe. It doesn't make me any of those things. I'm still the same person that all of you that met me know. And I think that that's really what we need to start doing. In order for us to remain in a position where we can continue to have the relationships that we had before all this craziness happened, we need to be able to separate the person from the profile, the person from the viewpoint. I am not my Facebook profile. I am not my viewpoints. I am not my opinions. I am a person that many of you know. Many of you have met in person. And, we all have different ways of approaching things. And acceptance is the thing that's going to keep us strong. It's going to keep us united. When we are united and we are together, we are stronger. When we are divided, we are set up to be conquered in ways that you have no idea. So I really suggest that people try to get past this angry moment. And like I said, there is much more to come. So make sure that you are prepared for the unexpected, because I have no idea how the next couple of weeks is going to play out. It's Parler, Parler. It's down right now. Last time I checked, it's not something that was available. I'm already on, but you definitely want to get on. I love you too, Jamie. Thank you for being here. I'm looking at doing some yoga classes in the New Providence area. So that's by Westfield. So stay tuned, Arlene. If you're not on my mailing list, definitely get on. Text Revolution to 33777, because any events that I'm doing will more than likely just be posted through my email list. I more than likely will not be sharing specific information about events here on Facebook, because I do not feel comfortable doing so. So make sure that you're on the list, but there will definitely be stuff in that area, as well as different areas throughout New Jersey. If you have a group of people, you have a space, you want to do a small class, please reach out and reach out and let me know, and I can definitely arrange for something for you. I'm also working on, if you have kids who need yoga, that is something that I'm committed to. I run a Little Warriors program, so I know we have a lot of homeschool co-ops that have been formed. If you want to add some breathing and some movement into that, I would absolutely love to meet all of your children and give them the gifts of yoga, because I always say if I had this practice as a teenager, I would be president of the United States today, and we'd all be in good shape. So building your belief and getting in touch with what's possible, both in your physical body and your mind, is something that's super important for kids and adults. And I will say that my practice, not only taking, but also teaching, is something that really holds me to accountability and integrity, to make sure that I am being a stand for the things that I'm talking about. And nobody's perfect. I've had my moments. So we definitely need to continue to work on it and recognize when we fall off track and just get back on. I'm going to be doing, yes, Brace for Impact for sure, Anthony. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. So I'm going to be doing online classes for sure on Zoom. I'm not going to be doing something where it's an extended program. I'll just be doing week by week a couple of classes that you can pop into. So I will post the link on Zoom, and then you can either do PayPal or Venmo, and I'll let you know all the details when I share it. Oh yeah, Jennifer, so just send me a message afterwards and I can share with you what I do. And we can arrange for something for the kids, for yourself, whatever you need. But I want to be able to support all of you, because I'm literally, my inbox, and if you've messaged me and I have not got back to you, just know that my inbox is a circus. And for the most part, it's the same message over and over again. People just really stressed out, overwhelmed, fearful, out of control. And what I will say to you, the gift that yoga gives you is the fact that you can only control what you can control in your body. And it's not something that I'm always perfect at, but I do believe wholeheartedly that non-reactivity, not reacting to every single thing that comes your way, is the key to managing stress and anxiety, and trying as hard as you can to stay in the moment that you're in, because it's literally the only thing that's promised at this point in time. We don't know where we're going to be in a week, 2 weeks, 6 months, a year from now. So thinking about that and stressing yourself out to the point where you can't sleep and do all the stuff is not going to help you. Yes, Barbara, so nice to see you. Yeah, Stephanie for president. That's actually really funny. The world is insane. And honestly, I don't know how that man is doing what he's doing. What he's gone through in these last couple of weeks is just insane. So I pray for him every single night. And I pray for all of you. I know that we're going to get through it. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be messy, and there will be stuff along the way. But my message to all of you is to continue to be the observer. Observe the people in your life that fill your cup. Observe the people in your life that are supportive, that are nurturing, that are there for you in those moments where you feel low and stressed out and uncomfortable and scared. Observe the people that are energy vampires, that are self-serving, that are looking to take your energy, that are looking to use your energy. Get rid of the toxic things that do not serve you. If the news stresses you out, shut it down. Really create like some sort of boundaries for yourself about how long you're going to scroll, how long you're going to engage, who you're going to give your energy to, and try not to absorb everything that's coming at you. We are literally taking in information through a hose like that's attached to a fire hydrant. So it's just an overwhelming feeling to be in this constant state of getting news and being fed information, some true, some untrue, some we agree with, some we don't agree with. And there's a lot of stress that goes into reacting to all of those things. So really come back to a place of your breath, come back to stillness. If you don't have a journaling and meditation practice, I highly recommend that you do that. We are growing our supporters. We are growing our movement. You know, if you need support, if you need coaching, it's what I do. I will sit with you. I will help you to look at your self-care. I will help you with journaling and meditation, all of those things that help to keep you present in these crazy times. We don't know when it's going to get better. We don't know if it's going to get worse. So I encourage all of you to just sit in the discomfort. I say all the time in my classes, when you sit with the discomfort, it's where the magic happens if you give yourself long enough to be with it. So don't judge yourself. Don't criticize yourself. It's been a hard year and it continues to be hard. So use the tools that you have. You know, use the opportunity to take care of yourself, go for a walk, take a class, do something that's going to make you feel good, because I'll say it again, I've said it many times, we need our warriors to be healthy. We need them to be strong. We need them to be connected. So now more than ever, we need to make sure that we are reaching out. If you have not connected with me, make sure that you text Revolution to 33777. I'm going to post all of my handles for all these different platforms that I mentioned. Let's connect there. Let's make sure that you're on Telegram. I'm on Telegram. It's just my first and last name. It's a great place to chat. I do not recommend using Facebook Messenger anymore. I do not recommend using WhatsApp. There's a lot of things going on with these platforms. Instagram, try to take these chats that we're having about what's going on in the world to places that are more encrypted and not going to be used for data collection and tracking and tracing and all that other crap that's going on in the world. So anything that's of importance, if you just want to have a general conversation, of course, Facebook Messenger is a great place to do that. But take any of the chats that are about strategy, about any of the things that we're doing off of this platform. It is no longer our friend. It hasn't been for a really long time. And let's start to put structures in place to make sure if this platform kicks us off, or any of the other platforms that we're used to connecting on, that we have structures in place to stay in touch. We really need to be able to keep in touch with each other. So get on my email list. Let's stay in contact. I will be starting up my weekly show again in the next week or two with different guests, where we can talk about different topics ranging from the pandemic to the vaccine distribution to health and wellness tips, all that good stuff, mindset stuff. I'm committed to really trying to support all of you and give you information that's going to help you get through this extremely challenging and very unique period of time in our life. And I hope that we can one day look back and recognize what an amazing catalyst it was to create some serious change in this very, very messed up world. So stay positive, stay focused. Make sure that you're continuing to do the work, to be the change, to show up, to rise up, to speak up. Now more than ever, our voice is so important. We need to make sure that we're having these conversations and planting seeds, because there is fertile ground out there. People want what we have, and all we need to do is keep getting out there and having these conversations. So know that I'm here to support each and every one of you. Any questions that you have, reach out one way or the other. And thank you so much for being here. It was so good to connect with all of you. Stay tuned for details on the things that we discussed, and I will be in touch with you all shortly. Have a beautiful rest of the night. Sending you love, sending you light, sending you strength and prayers. We got this. Just take it one step, one day, one moment, one breath at a time. And let's stay strong. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great night. Bye.